Hey friends, and welcome back to Life Coaching for Mompreneurs. I'm Martine Williams, your host. And before we dive into today's episode, I want to kind of set up how November is going to be here on the podcast. So this month, I am taking some time and some space to rest and to grieve the recent passing of my mother-in-law, who was such a special lady to our family. And as the full-time caregiver, I need some time. I need some space. And I talk about this all the time on the podcast of, taking care of yourself and prioritizing yourself. And I am not just going to talk the talk without walking the walk. And so throughout November, which here in this community, we talk about it as November, I'll be sharing some of our most valuable podcasts, so MVPs from the podcast archives on this topic. And each one is going to tie perfectly into this month's theme of saying no to what drains you and yes to what truly matters. So whether you're hearing these for the first time, or maybe they're just the gentle reminder that you need right now as we move into the busiest season of the year, I hope they meet you right where you are and encourage you to protect your peace, honor your capacity, and lead your life and not just perform it. So thank you so much for being a part of this community, for your prayers, for your support, for your reach outs, and for giving me the grace to have this pause this month. Now, let's get into today's episode. Welcome to Remix Moments with Martine, where we will remix your mindset one moment at a time. I'm your host, Martine Williams, and I'm here to bring you a quick burst of inspiration, insight, and a fresh spin on your mompreneur journey. In just a few minutes, we'll remix your mindset, energize your day, and keep you moving forward with purpose. Let's dive in to today's moment. Well, hey friends, welcome back to the Remix Moment with Martine. We're going to continue our conversation around November. And I want to remind you what November is. It's the time to start saying no to the people, the places, and the things that are no longer serving you in the life that you are trying to design. And again, if you've been here for a hot second, you know I'm big on flexing that muscle and being able to say no to the good so that you can say yes to the great. I'm also super passionate about helping you prioritize what matters most, because that's what makes saying no even a little bit easier. Even for those of you that are really struggling with it, if you are clear on the life and the business and the relationship that you're trying to build right now and trying to create, then saying no is just a little bit easier. So I want you to think about, though, we talked about last week, embracing the mindset to say no. And I want you to think about these statements that I'm getting ready to share with you and what comes up for you, or what thoughts come up for you when I say them. But the first one is, no is a complete sentence. I know you've heard me say that before, but do you have the mindset that no is a complete sentence and you're able to say no and you don't have to give them a thesis statement on why you're saying no? Another thought is, saying no doesn't make us mean people. Like, these are the thoughts when I'm coming up to this crossroads where I need to say no. Like, these are the thoughts that keep me moving forward. Saying no is a complete sentence. Saying no doesn't make me a mean person. Saying no doesn't mean that I'm selfish. Saying no doesn't mean that my intentions are to let someone else down. They may feel like I'm letting them down, but that's on them. I know when I'm clear on my priorities and I'm clear on what's most important to me right now, then I know that I'm not trying to be mean, I'm not being selfish, and I'm not letting other people down. I'm just trying to honor my priorities and my family's. So do you feel like you're being selfish? Do you feel like you're letting other people down? And that's why you don't say no. This is the time now to be thinking about this as we move into the holiday hustle and even beyond, because I don't want you to just grasp onto this for the holidays, but I want you to hold onto this and flex this muscle and build this muscle. You're probably going to a lot of practice this time of year, because there's going to be a lot of people coming at you and a lot of things that you could say yes to that might be good, but is it the best yes right now? So here's what saying no does help us to do. So we're not selfish. We're not letting people down. We're not trying to be mean. It helps us to honor our priorities. It helps us to establish boundaries and say yes to what matters most. We can't do anything, y'all, but we can't do everything. And saying no isn't always easy though, right? But it is a necessary skill to achieve a life by design, because what I see so many people doing is they have this plate and they just keep piling things on and piling it. Yes, yes, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. And before they know it, like this plate, even with really good things, is overflowing. It's super heavy. And eventually you're just going to put it down. You're going to put it all down. That's when you start fantasizing about hospital visits because you're so exhausted. That's when you start thinking about just walking away from things and relationships that are super important to you because it just feels too heavy. So instead of quitting, we need to learn to rest. We need to learn to look at what's priority for us and decide and discern what are we going to take off the buffet of life and put on our plate. And to do that, you have to get really clear on what your priorities are. And that'll help you to make your yes be yes and your no be no. And not just living up to the expectations of others or in an effort to be our own version of perfectionism, right? Like we have this skewed view of how perfect we need to be as a mom, how perfect we need to be as a wife, how perfect we need to be as an entrepreneur. And so you not saying no to things because you feel like you have to be perfect in all of those areas. That's the hamster wheel, y'all. And each of us only has a certain capacity of energy. And we've been talking about this in the mompreneur glow up email. And like you only have a certain capacity emotionally, physically, and mentally. And I know you think you wear a cape on a lot of days, but your capacity for energy is unique to you. And that's the beautiful thing. One of my favorite things to do in the pro scam when I'm working with my one-on-one clients is actually showing them what their capacity for energy is, and then showing them how to manage that and how to create an energy management plan. Y'all, time management, the new time management is energy management. And so you know what's going to go on this plate. Is it going to give me energy? Is it going to zap my energy? And do you have a good mix? Because we can't get rid of all of the energy zappers in our life, but we can be intentional with our yeses and our nos to create a good, healthy mix on our plate. Have you started to get in the mail those holiday guides with the top 100 gifts? I got one from, I think it was Target the other day. Have you started to get those in the mail? Well, I have something special for you to help you to design your holidays with intention and without regrets. Now is the time to start preparing and planning for the holiday that you want for you and your family. So in honor of November, I put together my Stress Less Holiday Guide. So go to martinewilliams.com/stress less and go grab that guide. The link is in the show notes too. Don't just go to it, print it off and design the holidays that you want. So what your capacity is different for everyone. So if you're following someone who's doing lots of things in their business right now, or their holidays look a certain way and you're thinking you need to do that, or you have to do that, or, to be successful, to be that wife, to be, you fill in the blank there. You don't know what her capacity of energy is. So in my example, I have a large capacity. I have a large fuel tank. I can do a lot of things. And a lot of people ask me, how do you do all the things that you do? I have the capacity to do that. I still have limits, but I have a large capacity to do a lot of things. Not every one of you has that. And that's not a bad thing, y'all. It's how do you honor that? If you're saying yes to everything, you're not honoring your capacity for energy, and you're not giving your best yeses. You're giving your leftover yeses. You're giving what's left of me versus what's the best of me. And so I want you to be thinking about that. And I want you to be mindful of what is on your plate. And so a very simple exercise that I want to share with you today is a take it or leave it exercise. Because what happens is you keep doing the same things out of obligation. You keep doing the same things out of, I've always done that, especially this time of year. And seasons change, ages changes of your kids, responsibilities change all throughout your life. And so just because it's something you've always done, doesn't mean it's something that is going to be helpful in this next season of your business, of your life, of your holidays. And I'm a tradition girl. So I love traditions. I love repeating some things, but I find myself sometimes doing the same thing. And I'm like, why am I still doing this? It's not helping me. It's not helping my family. It's not helping me grow my relationships. It's not helping me grow my business. So why am I continuing to do this? So this is where you get to take an honest evaluation, just like you would if you were trying to evaluate your fitness goals or evaluate your numbers of your business. Like, it's going to be in black and white. And I don't remember where I exactly heard it from. It's not my original idea, but it's called Take It or Leave It. And so what I want you to do is get a sheet of paper out. And I want you to do, and you can do this mentally, but I'm telling you, put pen to paper with this. Don't just do this while you're walking. I want you to actually, when you get home from walking or when you're driving, stop, get somewhere and write this down. But the first column is take it. And I want you to list out all the things you love, the things that you value about your life, about your business. Put all of those things down in the take it column. The second column would be in the middle, and it's kind of take it or leave it. So these may be some things that you're doing daily, weekly, that you don't really have a strong opinion or feeling about either way. You can either take it or leave it. And then the third column is leave it. And here's where I want you to list out all the things that you're doing that don't align with your current goals, that don't align with your capacity for energy right now. Even if you have a high capacity for energy, if you have something that's really taking precedent, whether it be an illness or a relationship struggle or something specific in your business that you're working on, looking at that and deciding what are the things that are on your leave it list that just need to leave, need to go. And you may not be able to do them all, but what is the one area that stands out to you? What are you seeing? When you look at all three of those columns, what are you seeing? What are you noticing? And I want you to think about what's a next step that I can do. I'm not asking you to take a big leap and clear out the whole leave it list, but you do have a next step in this. There is something that's out of alignment. There is something that's probably on that leave it list that just needs to go. And maybe you keep saying yes to it, again, out of obligation, out of guilt, out of being misdependable. But this is what's creating some of that misalignment. This is what's creating some of that energy zap that I just mentioned a few minutes ago, that's creating being out of alignment with your assignment. So what is just one thing that if you got rid of it, that it would make a big difference, or it would just get you moving in the right direction? What's stopping you from leaving that and not taking that with you into the holiday season? Just investigate that. Even if you're not ready to take it off yet, why do you keep saying yes to it instead of just leaving it when you know it's not getting you closer to where you want to go? Be willing to go there. Be willing to feel that emotion. Be willing to feel and think those thoughts, and just get an honest evaluation on it. And then you get to decide what's one step that I can take to help me move forward without it. All right. Again, this is your list. This is not someone you're following on social media. This is not your business bestie. This is not someone in your family. This is your list. Do some research, write this out. Very simple process. See what you come up with. And I cannot wait to hear what you come up with. And I want to leave you with this. This was something that was a quote that was given to me, or a question that was posed to me years ago at a conference. And she said, "Are you operating as the person it requires to achieve your goals?" I'm going to say it again. Are you operating as the person your dreams require? If you're saying yes to everything and anything that comes your way, you're probably not able to operate as the person it's going to require to build the life and the business that you're looking for. So something has to go. You can't say yes to everything. You can't do everything. I know you think you wear a cape, and some days we do for a short period of time, but for right now is a good time to get alignment with that. Are you operating as the person your dreams require? All right. Well, that's it for this moment. And I hope this was helpful. Can't wait to hear how you do with this exercise. If you're not on the glow up list, go to martinewilliams.com, get on the glow up list so you receive information and tips and things like this in your inbox every single week. And I'll catch you on the next episode. Well, that's it, friends, for this remix moment. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me. And I hope that you are feeling inspired and ready to take on whatever comes your way. Remember, even small moments can lead to big changes. If this moment made a difference, be sure to subscribe, share with your fellow moms, and leave me a quick review. Seriously, it means the world to me to hear from you. And until next time, I am believing in you, and I will catch you in the next moment.